Hey guys, and welcome back. Hey guys, and welcome back to Morgs Menu. Today I'm going to be showing you a quick and easy dinner recipe for a twist on bangers and mash. It's going to be sausages with mashed potatoes as well as some peppers and onions. It was really simple to put together, very few ingredients, not a lot of prep to it. It was really just a quick and easy dinner, so I wanted to share that with you guys today. This was the first time we tried this actual recipe. We've kind of done similar things before, but I'll make sure I'll link the recipe down below. And without further ado, let's get started. So here's everything we're going to need for our sausage and peppers portion of the recipe. We have salt and pepper, diced tomatoes, olive oil, some marsala wine or chicken broth will work, 2 bell peppers, tomato paste, oregano, onion, garlic, and then some sausage. And then here's everything we're going to need for our mashed potatoes. So we of course have potatoes, salt, pepper, butter, and then Greek yogurt. First, we're gonna go ahead and prep up all the vegetables. So we'll start by peeling the onions. You can of course leave the skins on if you'd like. I just wanted to peel those, cut off any ends that don't look as good. And then we're just going to dice them up into small cubes. You want to make sure they are diced as evenly as possible, that way they all cook pretty evenly when they are boiling. Once you're done dicing everything, just go ahead and add all of the diced potatoes up into a pot. Cover them in water just so they're covering the tops of the potatoes, and then boil them on the stove. Next, we're going to go ahead and cut up our peppers. You're just going to cut them into slices. I did use 2 bell peppers here, 1 red and 1 orange. Then we're going to go ahead and slice up our onion, making sure we kind of cut off the ends and getting off those top 2 layers of the onion. And then we're just going to cut it in half, do some slices. And we did use the full onion for this recipe. Once you're done prepping the vegetables, start by cooking up the sausages. You're just gonna add a little oil to a pan at medium heat and then add them in. You're really gonna cook it according to the directions of the packages, depending on the sausages you have. So just cook them, flip them halfway through, and then when they're done, go ahead and pull them off the pan. And then go ahead and add in your peppers and onions into the pan with the kind of leftover sausage oil. It really brings a good flavor to the vegetables. And you're just going to let the vegetables cook for a while, and then add about a tablespoon of garlic, about a teaspoon of oregano leaves, and stir that around and cook for a little bit. After a couple minutes, we're going to add in a half cup of marsala wine, an entire can of diced up tomatoes, we're going to add in 1 tablespoon of tomato paste. And then just make sure you stir that all around, making sure all the flavors are distributed. After it's cooked down a little bit, just go ahead and add in salt and pepper to taste. Once you finish adding in all the salt and pepper, go ahead and give it a stir, and then you're going to cook that until the sauce starts to come to a simmer or a low boil. Once you start to see that simmer, you're going to go ahead and add the sausages back in. Make sure you kind of move them around, get them nice and incorporated into the vegetables. And then you're going to let that simmer for about 15 minutes until the sauce starts to get a little bit thick. While that's simmering, once your potatoes have cooked all the way through, you're going to go ahead and dump them into a strainer to get all the water out. And you really want to do a test by kind of pushing a fork all the way through. If it goes in nice and even, they are good to go. If not, I would suggest cooking them a little bit longer. And then just toss them into a bowl and mash them together. Because this was a small serving, I could just do this with a fork, but you could of course use a mixer if you needed to. And then we're going to go ahead and add some Greek yogurt, which is in place of sour cream. We'll go ahead and add about 2 large tablespoons, and then 1 tablespoon of butter. I do about 2-to-1 ratio of sour cream to butter. That's kind of a personal preference. And then we're just going to add pepper and salt to taste. Then we're just gonna go ahead and mix everything together and put that to the side while we're waiting for the sausages to finish cooking. As you can see, the sauce is starting to get a little bit thicker. I kind of flipped over the sausages every once in a while, moved everything around to make sure everything cooked nice and evenly throughout the process. Then once everything is done and ready to go, you're just gonna go ahead and plate. So a nice serving. And then you're gonna take 1 to 2 of the sausages, depending on how much you want of that or how hungry you are. So just add a sausage in, and then we'll add some of the peppers and onions kind of on the side there. And then we'll go back in with a spoon and kind of get some of that sauce and tomatoes and throw that over top of everything to kind of get all the flavors in there. It's not the prettiest meal, but it turns out really, really delicious as far as flavor, and was really filling as well. All right, and once you're done plating, I just wanted to go over the nutrition. So it is about 575 calories, which I think is pretty good for a dinner, and it was really filling and really delicious. Alright guys, and that is it for today's recipe and video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions on any of the ingredients that were used or any alterations to make to the recipe, make sure you leave me a comment down below. Also, just something to note, I think next time if I were to do this exact recipe, I would either cut down on the amount of tomatoes that we added into it or exclude that altogether. It had really good flavor, but I just didn't personally think that the tomatoes added anything to it, so I would probably leave that ingredient out if I had to give any alterations to that recipe, but it was still good as is. So if you're a big tomato fan, go ahead and leave those in. If you're new here and haven't yet subscribed, make sure you hit that button down below. I will be posting new videos every Wednesday and Sunday. Thank you so much for watching Morgs Menu, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.